Matter of fact, Your Honor, everybody on the calendar is my client today.
All right. You drew the short straw or the lucky ticket?
I did.
Okay. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Long, and this is going to be the Fulton County State. This is going to be the Orca criminal misdemeanor calendar with the Fulton County State Court for today, June 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. I have two different type of calendars. One is called the final plea calendar and one's the show cause calendar. Let me begin with the show cause calendar. I'm going to be calling the names of the defendants. If either the defendant and or his or her attorney are present, please make sure you unmute if you're appearing via Zoom, that you are, and let me know that you are present. If you are present in the courtroom and you hear your name called, please stand up and let me know that you are present. Sir, are you here for a traffic matter? The one who just walked in? Yeah. Are you here for a traffic ticket?
No.
What case number do you have?
What's your name? Yeah, have a seat. Have a seat.
Oh, he's in the right courtroom. Okay. All right. If you are a defendant, whether you're appearing via Zoom or whether you're appearing in person, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. If you're right, you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you can speak with one of our public defense counsel to see if you qualify for their services. All right. The Orca show cause calendar. I have 3 positions on this calendar. Position number 3, Alexis Usen has been null crossed. So Miss Usen did appear and we informed her. So that case has been, she's been released and that case is closed. Position number 1, Maharoni Brianna Azenia. Maharoni Brianna Azenia. All right. Not present.
State would request a bench warrant, Judge.
All right. Be a bench warrant for $500 surety. Clarence Rakeem McFadden Austin. Clarence Rakeem.
State would request a bench warrant.
Right, this is the last bench warrant was voided. This one's going to be, I guess, reissued. The bond is set at 1,500, 1,000 on the battery, 500 on the simple battery. Right, that concludes our show cause calendar. I just called a few names and just issued some bench warrants. So it'll be a good thing if you identify who you are. You can stand where you're standing and let me know your name.
Damien Tillman?
Haven't called your name yet. Are you here for a traffic ticket or a criminal case?
Criminal.
Okay, have a seat. Yes, ma'am. Your name?
My name is Maharni.
Mahani? Okay. You're present.
Do you have your notices?
She's position 1 on
One on the show cause, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm gonna rescind my bench warrant. Miss Azenia? Please stand up. Do you have counsel?
No, I don't.
Right? You're charged with loitering and prowling. How do you plan to proceed? Do you plan, well, you were late, but you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you can speak to the public defender's office to see if you qualify. Would you like to consider that?
Yes.
All right, have a seat. Mr. Gaither is the attorney and he will speak with you. Is McFadden Austin here? Okay. Final plea calendar. Brendan Joseph Cook.
Good morning, Judge. Well, I was gonna say, like I said, Your Honor, all of the cases on the final plea calendar are mine.
Mhm.
Mr. Cook is here. I'll announce a quick pretrial in that case.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cook, have a seat. Your attorney is going to be discussing the case with the prosecutor. Alpha Richards.
I need to speak with, yeah, Mr. Richards is here, Judge. I need to speak with him one final time. So announce a quick pretrial.
All right. Tobias Simpkins.
He called me this morning, Judge, as I was walking in the courtroom, and he said it was just about 8:30. He said that he was on his way, but he got a flat tire. So I told him, just fix the tire, come on, and we'll hold it for your report.
All right. Is Tobias Simpkins here?
Yep.
All right, a couple more people walked in, so I wasn't sure. John Henry Tate the third. John Henry Tate the third.
Maybe we could hold his case, Judge. He normally has appeared.
Right.
Um,
Okay, I'm just
Okay.
going to put a question mark on it.
sure.
Rashad Jamal Toombs.
Mr. Toombs is here. That's gonna be a plea today. I just need to speak with, Ms. Riser for a moment.
Okay. Kenethia Williams. Kenethia Williams.
That is definitely, let me give her a call to see what's going on with her, Judge.
Questions? Ms. Williams has got two positions, 6
Right.
and 7. Okay. So we're gonna take a plea on Mr. Toombs as soon, you got the paperwork ready, or do we have to do anything else?
No, I just need to speak with Ms. Riser to confirm something, but I anticipate that being a plea today.
Okay, and we are waiting on Mr. Simpkins. All right, and you're gonna pre-try Mr. Crooks and Mr. Richards.
Yeah, it won't take long, Judge. It won't, I just need to speak with him momentarily.
All right, now, I have other folks who are in the courtroom. I don't know who you are, so let's see what you're doing here. The lady all the way back there in the corner, ma'am,
Yeah.
hello, do you have a case with us?
Ma'am, you have a case inside this courtroom this morning? And whom you here with?
Stand up.
No, just stand up so we could, or is she with you? Huh? Okay, I'm just trying to.
Is she with you?
Not with me, but she's the accused in my case.
She's the victim? What's your name? Sir, stand up. Okay, you're not on my calendar. Were you arrested 2 weeks ago? And you were supposed to show up at the G33?
Yes.
All right. Those cases are handled via Zoom. And since you've already been released from jail, you'll get another notice in the mail when to show back up in court.
Okay, when I called yesterday, I called up just to verify, they told me to still show up today, just in case.
Okay.
I had a warrant for my arrest. I don't.
Well, let's see. What's your case number?
grab my phone.
Mhm. Should begin with 23 CR.
Your Honor, it's 23 CR 003326 Alpha.
All right. Your name is Damian Tillman, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it looks like you made bond recently. On June 4th, would that be correct?
Right.
Have a seat, Mr. Tom Tillman. Deputy,
Yes,
I'll need that young lady to stand up.
ma'am, will you stand up, ma'am, and just come up so the judge can see you, please?
What's your name? Come all the way around.
Come up, ma'am.
Come all the way around. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. I just need to make sure you get some information. If you like to come to the podium.
Come around.
Mr. Tillman, do you live at Kingswood Place?
I'm trying to verify.
Do you have a good address?
Speak into this mic here, ma'am. Up. Speak into
26th
the
Street
mic.
Northwest.
You just need to be standing by that bench where you are at.
Number 2215.
Okay. And does Ms. Harper live there?
No.
Okay. When I signed the bond order 2 weeks ago, you are required to stay 200 yards away from this lady.
I did not come here with her today, ma'am.
Okay, 200 yards means the length of 2 football fields.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think this is the length of a football field?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Not at all. I'm just showing up to my court day, ma'am.
That's your correct address, apartment 2115?
Yes, ma'am.
You will get notice for your next court date.
Okay.
All right? If you want to get an attorney, you can go to the public defender's office and speak with them, see if you qualify. Otherwise, you'll need to hire a private attorney before your next court date. So you can decide how you're going to proceed.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? You're free to go.
Thank you.
And remember what I said about no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Harper,
Yes.
there is a bond order that requires him to stay a long distance away from you.
Okay, that's not a problem. I just need to know when is my court date. I called the courthouse. They
Do you
told me
have a
she-
case with us too? Do you have the case number?
No, they didn't give me.
Were you arrested as well? Okay. Can someone write this down?
Yeah.
Ms. Youngman? 23 CP 218813. So you were seen by the judge back on May 26th, right?
Yes,
You can put your hands down, please. Okay. And you are required to stay 200 yards away from the gentleman, Mr. Tillman. You cannot be anywhere near him. Okay. All right? So now that he's left, you need to make sure that you stay 200 yards away from him. Do you know how far is 200 yards?
yes.
Okay. You also cannot return to 1005 Kingswood Place
Okay,
in Alpharetta.
Mhm.
You know where that is?
yes.
Okay. Your next court date has not been set. Is your current address on Roswell Road and
Yes.
9C5?
No, it's 14C5.
Okay. Are we going to give you your case number?
Can you fix the address so I don't go to the wrong mailbox?
And you have a Florida license plate?
Yes.
Okay. This is Superior Court. Would you be able to amend it?
Oh, yeah, no, I probably won't, yeah. I can try it, but. probably not. Yeah, but it's a Superior Court case. You said it's, what was the address again?
1950 Roswell Road, 14C5. The apartment door.
Apartment 14C5,
Yes,
Marietta?
yes.
And what is your email?
Mia Janae,
Spell it.
MIAAJANAEE,
MIAAJ
ANAE E 08@gmail.com.
08@gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you amend it?
Yeah, let me update the address. I just didn't catch her email.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, I can give it to you.
I'm ready.
MIAAJANAEE08@gmail.com. We're going to give you a slip of paper. That's your case number.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
That's
This case is not in state court. Right now, you're in state court of Fulton County. Your case is Superior Court,
Okay,
all right? And I've got your address and they will send you notice of when
This
to
is-
show up in court.
thank you.
That's the one.
Please contact the Public Defender's Office if you want to see if you qualify for their services. Otherwise, you'll need to hire your own attorney,
Okay,
all right? Do you have any other questions?
ma'am.
All right, just remember to stay away from Mr. Tillman. Thank you.
Position two on the
That's
show
what
call.
Yeah, because they sent me offers for both counts. 12 months or 2 days of that contact. I got rid of the fine. Stay away.
Yeah, but that's
Position.
term months, we're on the second. That's the thing. That'd be 24 months.
All right. Clarence Rakeem McFadden Austin. All right, sir.
Okay, we can do
Mhm.
that. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be.
We're going to rescind the bench warrant. Mr. McFadden Austin, please stand up. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you could apply with the Office of the Public Defender's Office to see if you qualify for a public counsel.
Okay.
Do you have an attorney?
It's just like I told you. That's for the council.
And would you like to see if you qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office?
Yes,
All right, you have a seat. Mr. Gator, this is position number 2 on the show cause calendar. I've rescinded his bench warrant. He would like to see if he qualifies.
Okay, okay. Give me 1 second. I'll be with both of you. Okay.
All right, who else is in the courtroom whose name I did not call? Your name, sir? Rippy?
Yeah, that's
Going?
fine. Yeah,
Great.
he is position 4 judge. Give me a moment just to speak
Oh.
with him
Okay,
and we'll.
the tape is present. All right, Mr. Tate, your attorney, Mr. Gaither, will speak to you to see how you'd like to proceed in your case. Can I have a seat? The gentleman all the way at the back, what's your name, sir? Did I call you? Okay,
And Your Honor, Mr. McNair, stand up. Your Honor, I think he is here early. I think he's supposed to be on the 1:30 calendar.
well, I can
But-
still address it if he's here. 1:30 calendar. What's your name, sir? Last name?
Yeah, he's number 26
Okay,
on the
that's
status
your client
conference calendar.
too.
But since he's here, we might be able to resolve his case.
Yeah.
So if you, Ms. McNair, give me a moment, I'll speak with you. Just give me a moment.
All right. So everyone in the courtroom is waiting to speak with you, Mr. Gaither.
I spoke with most everybody. I just have to, I'll take, for procedural purposes. I need to make a phone call to Ms. Williams to see where she is. Mr. Tate, I'll speak with you. And then Ms. McNair, hold up. You need to come back in and make announcements. That'll resolve everybody. Then I'll speak. with you,
Okay. Is there anyone on Zoom whose case I did not call? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that everyone is present in the courtroom is Mr. Gaither's client, so we'll be in recess until he's ready to make an announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Didn't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to make sure that there was no one who needed services via Zoom. Am I excused, Your Honor? I'll stay to catch the calendar, but just wanted to be excused.
Yes, please. Thank you. Have a good morning.
You too.
Mr. Cook is present. It is our understanding, Judge, that Ms. Latrice Turner doesn't wish to move forward with this case. So we're in a situation where if the state doesn't want to reevaluate the matter, and we just got the further notices to the jury trial calendar.
One second. It's already scheduled for a jury trial on August 8th. Case management order was issued on May 4th. So unless the state has a different approach to this case, it is scheduled for a jury trial, August 8th at 9 a.m. in this courtroom.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right.
You got that.
Ms. Reiser, any announcement for this case?
Judge will proceed with the jury trial on this.
All right. So we'll see you on August 8th at 9 a.m. for trial. Mr. Cook,
The judge is addressing.
I say your case is further notice for a jury trial. Please be sure to be back in court on time on August 8th at 9 a.m. Yeah. You good? All right, you're free to go. All right, next
I'll
announcement.
call you, Mr. Cook. Okay. Next announcement, Judge, position 2, Alpha Richards. We want to further notice that to the jury trial as well.
All right. Same announcement, Mr. Richards, your case is already scheduled for a jury trial on August 8th at 9 a.m. in this courtroom. Please be sure to be here on time. The case management order was already issued on May 4th. All right, thank you.
All right. Position 3, Tobias Simpkins, we're still holding for him. Position 4, John Henry Tate, that will be a plea today. I have the paperwork, I just need to go over it with him very quickly.
All right,
Position 5, Rashad Toombs, that will be a plea today. I have the paperwork, I will go over that with Mr. Toombs. And I am waiting to hear back from Ms. Kenethia Williams.
all right.
Okay.
Okay. So just let me know when you're ready to take positions 4 and 5, and then hopefully Mr. Simpkins and Ms. Williams will appear after we're done.
Thank you. Hopefully.
Does that address everybody else's case? Has anybody got a question about their case? Yes, sir.
Stand, sir.
Stand up, sir, so we can hear you.
They have a seat. You can take care of it.
What's his name?
He's McNair. He's number 26 on the 130 calendar.
Oh, that's right.
We can take care of him as soon as we wrap this.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll take our plea in positions 4 and 5 as soon as the paperwork's ready. We'll be in recess till then. This is McFadden Austin. Please stand up, sir. You still live at Terrell Mill at apartment Q25? Huh? Okay. Mr. McFadden, you were just released from jail a year ago, May 5th. You have no recollection of that?
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember what the case is for. Like, I remember I had got pulled over when they said I had a warrant for this case, but I don't remember what the case.
Okay. This is involving one Iona Shanks from July 25th, 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
I remember the girl that,
Okay. There's an allegation of a physical altercation in which you were charged with battery. That help refresh your memory? Okay. So there are two charges against you, battery and simple battery involving one Iona Shanks. It looks like the accusation was issued on April 3rd, 2020. You were supposed to show up in court on February 26, 2022. You did not, and a bench warrant was issued by Judge Dixon. You made bond. And then you did not show up again on March 31st of 2023, but that bench warrant was set aside. So are you sure we have your current address?
yes, ma'am.
Did you get notice for this court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to set this case down for trial once we arraign this case, Mr. Gaither. Would you like to file a waiver arraignment, or would you like me to arraign the case? I can read him the accusation,
When will the trial be set for?
probably in September or October.
Okay, that's fine. We can do a waiver of arraignment.
You do a waiver
I'll file,
arraignment?
yeah, I'll file a waiver of arraignment.
Okay. Mr. McFadden Austin, your attorney is Mr. Frank Gaither, and he is going to submit a document where you're going to enter a plea of not guilty to the charges of battery and simple battery. All right. Your case is going to be scheduled for trial. A case management order will issue today. The case is set for a jury trial. You'll have to maintain communication with your attorney to make sure that you know when to come back for trial. Do you have any questions? All right. Thank you, sir.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Fortis, I'm doing great. Do you have the traffic case?
I do. I was on Zoom. I was just down the street.
No problem. The traffic cases are being held in courtroom 2A.
2A.
Yeah, these are accused misdemeanor cases. So I don't know what was the snafu in the scheduling. But we have been redirecting a lot of people to courtroom
It's on the
2A.
CIP calendar.
Yeah, it's in courtroom 2A.
Okay.
So just let them know that you showed up in G33 and Zoom. Now you're in 2A.
Thanks, Judge.
It's just making you get your steps in. Thank you.
Good to see you, Judge.
You too. And there we go. All right, Mr. Gaith has gone to speak to his other clients, so we're in recess again.
Get back in there.
All right, we're resuming the calendar. Yes, Mr. Gaither, your announcements?
Yes, the guilty pleas for,
4 and 5.
they're ready, but I want to hold off because what I want to do everybody at the same time.
Mhm.
Okay, so position number 3, that will be a plea today.
Mr. Simpkins,
Yes.
there'll be a plea.
Ms. Riser is working on the paperwork and then while I go over the plea paperwork for Mr. McNair, by the
Mhm.
time I'm done with him, I do the plea paperwork for Mr. Simpkins, and then we can take everybody at the same time.
Okay,
And I have not heard back from Ms. Williams, so hopefully she'll show up by the time we're done.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to take a plea in positions 3, 4, and 5, and Mr. McNair from the 1:30 calendar.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I wait eagerly for the paperwork. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
All right, we're resuming our Orca Final Three calendar for today, June 8th, 2023. And we're going to address position number 4, State versus John Henry Tate III, case number 20 CR 005-815E. Mr. Tate you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is Mr. Frank Baker. You were originally charged with DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, driving on the wrong side of the road, and driving on the wrong side of the road, and reckless driving. So this is going to be a plea hearing. I understand this is going to be a negotiated plea. So Mr. Tate, may I place you on oath?
Yes.
You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Reiser, on Mr. Tate, we're going to not cross the driving on the wrong side of the road and reckless driving, which leaves us with the DUI charge. And what are the terms that the state's offering for the DUI charge?
Yes, Your Honor. In exchange for a guilty plea, the state's recommended sentence is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, balance probated, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, an alcohol drug evaluation, and any treatment if deemed necessary, 1 risk reduction, and 1 victim impact panel. The state has no objection to non-reporting once conditions are complete.
Okay. Mr. Gaither, does your client accept these terms, and do you stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the DUI charge?
Yes, we do stipulate the factual ID.
Factual basis,
Actual
venue,
basis,
ID.
ID, I'm sorry, just got tongue tied a little bit. And yes, those are the terms my client accepts.
All right. Mr. Tate, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No.
And have you understood the proceedings so far? Are you satisfied with your attorney? You have to say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. And has anyone forced you or induced you to take this plea offer today?
No.
Are you doing so with the understanding that if you enter a guilty plea to the DUI, you will have to give up your constitutional right to go back to court and have a trial to challenge these charges in a court of law? You will not be able to have the assistance of counsel to confront your accuser, to challenge the evidence brought against you, to examine witnesses, present any defenses, and have the state try to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol less safe?
Guilty.
Your sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day. Balance will be on probation. Today is Thursday. You will report to the probation office next Thursday. The location of the probation office is at 132 Mitchell Street. You'll be given a form. The address is at the top of the form. Okay? You must report there next Thursday before 3 p.m. Once you set up your probation case, you will then be on probation to pay a $300 fine, do an alcohol and drug evaluation. And if the healthcare provider says you must go for some treatment or counseling, you must do so. You will also do a risk reduction course, 40 hours of voluntary community service with a nonprofit agency, and attend and complete 1 victim impact panel. If you complete all these conditions, the remainder time on your probation will be non-reporting. But you must report as long as these conditions have yet to be filled. All right, do you have a question?
Yes. Can I see, I'm off on Friday. I have to take off on Thursday and I get off at like 6:30. So can I make it like on a Friday?
The probation does intake of new clients on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Would Wednesday work? Because that's the earliest I think I can get you in by the time I get all this paperwork for probation.
I might do it Thursday. I just have to take off early.
All right, anytime before 3 p.m. because they close at 5 and then they'll need time to process and get your paperwork together.
All right.
I'm not sure. Are you surrendering your license today? Or because we can give him an affidavit of first conviction if he qualifies?
Yes, I was gonna ask for a certificate of first conviction.
Yes, so
Do you have your driver's license?
Yeah, I got my license.
Good. Yeah, the driver's license will be suspended. But what's gonna happen? You're gonna take this piece of paper, the certificate of first conviction. You're gonna take it to the Department of Driver Services and again, go get you a limited driving permit so you can drive to it. Okay.
All right.
It's like,
Here we go. That's the plea paperwork.
so he gonna have to wait till after all.
Yep, yep,
You gotta do that.
Yeah. yep. Have a seat. Mr. Rashad Toombs.
Ms. Rice, are we proceeding on both charges for Mr. Toombs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, this is position 5 on our final plea calendar, State versus Rashad Jamal Toombs. Mr. Toombs' case is 20 CR 001177C. Mr. Toombs, you have been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Frank Gaither. You were originally accused of simple battery, family violence, and criminal trespass back on August 3rd, 2019. Today, we are going to be addressing this plea and to see whether you want to give up your right to a trial and instead enter this plea today in exchange for a recommended sentence by the prosecution. May I place you under oath? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. What is the state's recommendation for Mr. Toombs?
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to count 1, simple battery, family violence, the state's recommended sentence is 12 months to serve, leave on there, it's 2 days. Credit for time served, 2 days. Balance on probation to complete the family violence intervention program and have no further contact with the victim, Miss Lakeithia Dean. In regards to count 2, that will be 12 months of probation to run concurrent.
All right. Mr. Gaither, again, does your client accept these terms and do you stipulate factual basis, venue, and ID?
Yes, and yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. On the previous case I just held, I don't know if I put one more signature on the second page.
Before we proceed, Judge, there was one more thing. And Ms. Reiser, I forgot to ask you. So let me ask, does the state object to his probation, not terminating, becoming non-reporting once he finishes the family violence intervention program?
No objection to non-reporting.
Mr. Gaither, okay, I'll address this later. Okay, so with regards to Mr. Toombs, the defense has stipulated the factual basis, venue, and ID, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Toombs, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
Oh, ma'am.
And have you understood what's been going on so far?
Yes.
And are you satisfied with your attorney?
Yes.
And is anyone forcing you to take this plea today?
No.
And has it been explained to you that if you decide to close this case out and enter a guilty plea, that you will not have the chance to go back to court and have a trial in front of a judge or a jury? You will not be able to confront your accuser, challenge the evidence brought against you, examine witnesses, present any defenses, and have the state try to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to one count of simple battery, DB, and criminal trespass?
Guilty.
Your sentence is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days. The remainder of the time will be on probation. You will report to the probation office next Thursday before 3 p.m. at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta. We have a probation form for you to fill out. You're way ahead of me, Mr. Gaither. And we'll give you a copy. The top of it has the address for the probation office. While you're on probation, you would need to complete a 24-week domestic violence program. All right? You must enroll in those classes within 60 days from today. You will, once you start enrolling in those classes, you have to complete all 24 classes, and then your probation may be non-reporting. At all times while you are on active or non-reporting probation, you have to stay 200 yards away from Lakeithia Dean and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. This sentence will be concurrent for the second charge of criminal trespass. Do we ask for a waiver of fees? We didn't.
I was going to, I was just waiting for your honor to.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was, in this case, Judge, I was gonna ask for a waiver of the probation fees while, so no, he has to take 24 of those classes and they're quite pricey.
Yeah. So this is June, July, August. I will waive the probation fees till the end of September.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Have a seat, sir. You need to fill out that form and then we'll give you a copy. Just housekeeping matter, Mr. Gaither.
Yes, Your Honor.
Case for Mr. Henry Tate, is he still here?
He's here. He's right here.
Okay. The bottom part of the plea sheet cut off where he's supposed to sign and you're supposed to sign and I'm supposed to sign. So I've signed it, but I put 2 little dashes for you and your client.
Oh, okay.
Just to,
Also, you can give this. You take them in.
You perfect. All right. There we go. This was for the first one. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Simpkins? Yep. For the same thing. And what's this? Yeah, remember, it's the disorderly conduct for women's probation, for anger management, alcohol, drug damage, and treatment as needed. No contact with her, terminate upon completion of that.
All right, this is State versus Tobias Simpkins, case number 20 CR 005-189C. Mr. Simpkins is present in the court with his attorney, Mr. Frank Gaither. Mr. Simpkins, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. This is going to be a negotiated plea hearing in which you were originally charged with simple battery domestic violence on October 20th, 2020, but the state has decided to reduce the offense to disorderly conduct in exchange for a negotiated plea. So may I place you under oath? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Reiser, what's the terms for the disorderly conduct charge?
Yes, Your Honor, it's 12 months of probation to complete an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment if deemed necessary, to complete 12 anger management classes and have no further contact with Tamiko Holmes.
Right.
And the state, sorry, Judge, I didn't mean to cut you off. The state is agreeable to terminate upon completion.
All right. Mr. Gaither, does your client accept these terms and do you stipulate to the factual basis, venue and ID for a disorderly conduct charge?
Yes, we do stipulate to a factual basis, venue and ID. We accept the terms. And let me just ask now, I was gonna ask, would your honor mind waiving the probation fees in this case, because I know 12 anger management courses are gonna have a cost involvement as well.
Well, he has to enroll in them within 60 days. And I can waive it up to August, end of August.
Okay, that's fair enough. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Simpkins, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No, ma'am.
And have you understood everything so far?
Yes,
Are you satisfied with your attorney?
yes,
Is anyone inducing you or forcing you to take this plea offer today?
no,
And do you understand that if you enter a guilty plea to this charge, you'll be on probation to complete certain terms? You will
yes,
also have to waive your constitutional right to a trial, to confront your accuser, examine witnesses, challenge the evidence brought against you, and have the state try to prove the original charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
yes,
Are you prepared to waive these rights?
yes,
How do you plead to one count of disorderly conduct?
guilty.
The sentence is 12 months to be served on probation. You'll report to the probation office next Thursday before 3 p.m. at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta. You'll be filling out that information for a probation officer. While you're on probation, you must complete an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit yourself to any treatment that's required. You can go to any qualified healthcare provider to do this. You must also complete 12 anger management classes. These are weekly classes, and you can also do that at any qualified school. If you're not sure, you should check with your probation officer to make sure the school where you're attending classes is acceptable. Right?
I have a question, Your Honor. With the probation place, people have a place that I can go that they already know that
They
is
may have a
certified?
list for you to select,
Okay,
right? As indicated, you will report to probation every month. And if you are done with the 12 weeks of anger management classes and the alcohol and drug evaluation and any treatment that's required, then your probation will terminate. You are not to have any contact with Tamiko Holmes. Stay 200 yards away from this person and not communicate with this person in any way, form, or manner. Any questions?
No.
All right. Okay, that concludes this case as well.
She's gonna wait. It's up, it's up.
You mind?
That's what it's like.
Did I respond to your email?
And everything's done.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay.
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. McNair is from our Orca status conference calendar, originally scheduled for 1:30. But he showed up at 9 o'clock. His attorney is present in the courtroom. We have prosecutor present in the courtroom. So in the interest of judicial efficiency, we're going to proceed with this matter. This is position 26 in the calendar. This is State versus Cameron McNair, case number 20 CR 005-626C. Mr. McNair was originally accused of criminal trespass causing damage to property, and simple assault from May 25th, 2020. Mr. McNair, you have a right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Any comments you make can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and Mr. Gaither will be representing you. May I place you under oath for purposes of this plea?
Yes,
You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
yes,
And we are proceeding on all three charges?
The criminal trespass judge will merge into criminal damage.
Okay.
And the recommended sentence, Your Honor, as to the simple assault charge would be 12 months of probation to enroll and complete the family violence intervention program, have no further contact with Aisha Hickson, and stay away from 110 Burles Court. In regards to the criminal damage to property charge, that will be 12 months of probation to run concurrent to the simple assault. Like I previously stated, criminal trespass will merge into the criminal damage charge, Your Honor.
Mr. Gaither, does your client accept these terms to the two charges of simple assault and criminal trespass causing damage to property?
Yes, Judge, and I was gonna ask, can you waive the fees in this case as well, due to the cost involvement for that family violence intervention program?
I will waive it until the end of September
Okay, thank you.
2023. And do you stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. McNair, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No.
And were you able to understand the proceedings so far?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with your appointed counsel?
Yes.
And is anyone forcing you to take this plea today?
No.
So you're doing so freely, willingly, and knowingly?
Yes.
And in knowingly, do you also understand that you will be giving up your constitutional right to a trial? You will not go back to court. There won't be any trial before a judge or jury. You will not be able to confront your accuser, examine witnesses, challenge the evidence that may be brought against you, and have the state try to prove the original charges beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
How do you plead to one count of simple assault and criminal trespass causing damage to property?
Guilty.
The criminal trespass charge will merge into the criminal damage charge. The simple assault sentence is 12 months probation, during which time you will report to probation next Thursday before 3 p.m., located at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta. You will enroll in a domestic violence program within 60 days of being released. 60 days from today.
Domestic violence. Yeah.
It's also called
Oh.
Family Violence Intervention
Oh,
Program,
yeah.
FVIP. This is a 24-week program, and you must attend all 24 weeks of classes. I will waive your probation fees from now until the end of September. Yes, sir. Did you have a question?
After you finish, Judge.
I'll waive your probation fees from now until the end of September 2023. At all times, whether you are on probation, whether it's active or non-reporting, you are to have no contact, stay 200 yards away and not communicate with Miss Aisha Hickson, and stay away from 110 Burris Court in Atlanta, Georgia, 200 yards away. Your sentence will be concurrent for the criminal trespass causing damage to property. Yes, Mr. Fugate?
Yes, I forgot to ask, does the state have any objection to his probation becoming non-reporting once he finishes the Family Violence Intervention Program?
No objection from the state.
All right, so ordered.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Gaither?
That's it, Judge.
All right, thank you. Well, one teeny tiny matter. All right, on our show cause calendar, positions 1 and 2, further notice for, position 1 is null pros. Position 2, McFadden Austin, is further notice for trial. And position 3 is null pros. On the final plea calendar. Ready, Mr. Gaither?
I am ready, Judge.
Final plea calendar, position 1, Cook, and position 2, Richards, are further notice for a jury trial. Position 3, Simpkins with a plea. 4 and 5 were pleas, including position 26 from the 1:30 calendar for Mr. McNair. Position 6 and 7, Ms. Kenethia Williams. Mr. Gaither, I have a cell number and home number. It's the same, 678-755-0219. Is that the number you have?
Said 678-755-0219.
Yes.
Yes,
And
Judge, that's the number I've been calling and texting.
And then I have an email, kenethia.williams@yahoo.com. Spelling exactly as it appears. It's kenethia.williams@yahoo.com.
I'll admit, I had not sent her an email while I was outside. I was trying to call and text her, thinking that
Okay,
I will get a quicker response.
all right. If she responds, she has, she can report at the 1:30 calendar.
Okay,
Otherwise, a bench warrant will issue for both cases.
okay, that's fair, Judge.
All right, that concludes our morning calendar. We will resume at 1:30. Thank you.
Goodbye, Simpkins.